Hey there, YouTube friends. It's your buddy Romelio, and I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart because today, March 2025, marks a very special milestone for me and my channel. I finally reached over 1,000 subscribers in just 3 weeks, and for that, I am truly grateful. But full disclosure though, I really started this channel just to compile videos of stories, mentorship, and some life advices for my daughters. I wanted to share some of the hard life lessons learned, so maybe they didn't have to go through some of it. A life hack for the event that they needed to hear it, or in case I'm no longer around. Knock on wood, who knows? But it seems to me that there were many of you out there who wanted to hear a life lesson, a life story, a different perspective, or perhaps a fresh insight on life. Therefore, because of your support, I now feel more motivated to keep sharing more growth, motivational, mindset content for you all. My goal is to give more valuable insights to help you wherever you are in life and whatever part of the world you may be in. So please, don't be a stranger. Drop me a comment. Let me know how I can make a better content for you guys. Or if you may have any questions, simply drop me a line. Say hello or something. And to celebrate this milestone, I've put together a compilation videos from my very first video up to the most recent one. And you'll see how rough my first contents were in the beginning. And because of mindset, I think I have improved a little bit over time. I don't know. You tell me in the comments. But one thing's for sure, I was determined, and you can do it too. This just goes to show that when you start something new, you probably won't be great at it. But with consistency and great effort, you will get better. It's inevitable. It's just how it is. So keep fighting whatever you are pursuing in life. Hey, thank you again for your incredible support. So without further ado, here's a look at my journey so far. Enjoy! Hey everyone, it's your boy Romelio, and welcome to my very first YouTube video. So this is something I've been thinking about doing for the longest time, and today I finally decided to just hit that record button and go for it. Here I am. Anyways, so why am I starting a YouTube channel, you may ask? Well, for one, this is something I've been drawn to the idea of creating something of my own, something that can connect people, inspire, and even entertain. I've spent so much time watching other creators build amazing communities, share their journeys, create cool contents and that resonate with people all over the world. And I realized I can do that too. Why not me? That's something I think I'll have fun doing. So here I am. Anyways, for the longest time I kept putting it off. I come up with the usual excuse. I don't have the right equipment. I don't know where to start. What if no one watched me? But guess what? I realized I don't really care. I'm just here. I'm gonna have a good time doing it. You know? At some point, I had to ask myself, what's really stopping me? If I keep waiting for the perfect time, I'm never gonna start. So instead of overthinking it, which I tend to do a lot, you can ask my wife, she knows I overthink. Here I am, hitting that record button and taking that very first step. Right? No applause? No applause? Now, you might be wondering, what kind of content is this guy gonna be making now? Well, I tell you what, this channel, I plan this channel to be a mix of my life experiences, my journey. I want to be able to share some of life challenges, you know. So I want to be able to share some defeats, some victories, some experiences, and cool people that I met along the way, you know. Whether it's a personal growth, life lesson, like I said, challenges that I've overcame, or just sharing my perspective on different topics. So I want this channel to be a place where I can express myself, hopefully connect with you, others who can relate to my journey. One of the biggest reasons I wanted to start this channel is because I know how powerful storytelling and shared experience can be. There have been so many times in my life when I watched a video and it gave me the motivation. It changed my perspective or made me feel like I wasn't alone in what I was going through. And if I can create a kind of impact for even one person, then this whole journey will be well worth it. Now, a big part of my journey is that I spent over 20 years in the Air Force, US Air Force, and like many veterans, I've had my struggles. You know, I dealt with post-traumatic stress disorder. So, like, you know, some might think, you know, it's PTSD. And one of the biggest challenge for me is that I tend to avoid people. I tend to avoid crowd. I get social anxiety. Anxiety in those settings can sometimes be overwhelming for me. So anyways, if you even, you know, but at the same time, I don't want that to keep me from connecting with others, you know. I do talk to people, but I hate to be talking to my therapist alone. I talk to my wife, but she's probably tired of hearing me ramble at times, so I'm pretty much giving her a break. I'm just kidding. That's another reason why I think this channel is important. Not just for anyone watching, but for me as well. Creating videos gives me a way to communicate, to share my story, and to connect with others in a way that feels right for me. I know that I'm not alone in feeling this way. And if this channel can help even one other person who's struggling with the same things that I'm going through, then that's all the more reason for me to keep going, right? Another thing I'm really excited about is the idea of growth. Not just a personal growth, but growing as a creator. You know, right now I'm a beginner, and I get it. I probably suck at this video right now. I learn as I go. You know, I figure things out. You know, I'm not the most, tech savvy individual guy out there, but, I'm learning and I'm trying. And, I want to be able to show my wife and kids that, hey, if you don't know, then go learn, right? I'm learning as I go, figure things out along the way. And I know that the videos I make a year from now will be way better than this one. I'll probably look back at this video, probably laugh my butt off because I probably look like a clown right now, but who cares? I'm trying, but that's part of the process. Everyone starts somewhere. The only way to improve is to keep going. Start, do it, and keep going. Beyond that, I also see this as an opportunity to step out of my comfort zone. Putting myself out there, especially online, making a video like this, man, it ain't easy. It's not easy. It comes with self-doubt, with the fear of judgment. People's gonna talk smack. I get it, and that's part of it. That's part of it. But at the same time, it also comes with the opportunity to learn, to connect, to create something meaningful. I'd rather take the risk to see where this leads me, and rather than looking back and regretting not even trying. So here's my goal with this channel. My goal is to share, to grow, to create contents and add value to my viewers, and at the same time have fun with it, right? Whether that's through inspiration, entertainment, or just a real talk. I want this to be a space that feels authentic, not like some of those fake news. I want this to be meaningful, I know it's going to take time, effort, and consistency, but I'm ready to put in the work and see where this journey takes me. I thought about doing something or starting something, whether it's YouTube channel, a business, a hobby, or just a goal you've been, putting off, let this be a sign, your sign, to just go for it. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop doubting yourself. Just take that first big step. You never know where it might lead, and you never know where it might take you. You'll never know if you never start. So, if you're interested in joining me in this journey, I suggest hitting that subscribe button. How about just drop me a comment below and let me know, hey, let's do this together, so tell me, what is that something you've been, wanting to start? Let's start supporting, motivating each other, and, together we can make this happen, right? Anyways, hey, thanks for your time. Thank you for watching my very first video. This is just the beginning, I think. This is just the beginning, and I can't wait to see where this journey goes. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace. Hey, what's up, YouTube fam? It's your boy Romelio, and I am back for my second video. That's right, I'm a brand new YouTuber. And honestly, creating a YouTube channel has been something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. I've got tired of putting it off and finally started my very first video. It's not perfect, but hey, it's my very own. But I realize I might not be the only one that's struggling. I bet you a lot of people thinking about starting something new, whether it's a YouTube channel, a weight loss program, starting a business, or simply taking a class, struggling on getting it started. Because honestly, starting something new can be hard. And that's what inspired me on creating this video, because I want to talk about starting. I want to help you start. So let's talk about this. Why is it so hard? Well, I realized that there were three major things that was keeping me from starting my own channel. Number one, because I was afraid to fail. What if my friends and family just laugh at my videos? What if nobody watches my video, right? So the second key item that I realized was I did not think that I was ready. It took about 3 years. I never did because I never felt that I was ready. And third, I've been waiting for the perfect time. That it felt like it was an excuse. Oh, I don't think I can do it right now because it's the holidays. I'm going to be busy. I'll start it after the holidays have passed. We're close to the summer. That perfect time never came. And so I realized that I've been making an excuse. And I told myself, that's not me. I might be reluctant, but I'm not a coward. I might have some hesitation, but I'm not a coward. And to be honest, a lot of people are not cowards. Being afraid and being a coward are two different things. So why should you start? For one, starting will make you feel stronger. That's because you'll feel that you have conquered your fear. When I started, I felt good. It felt liberating. And so because of that, I felt that I can conquer other things. I conquered my fear. What's next? Another thing, well, you don't need the perfect plan. When I was just getting ready to start my YouTube channel, I went through a lot of sheets of papers, writing notes. I even have a whiteboard to where I'm a basketball coach. No, bottom line, you don't need it. You don't need a perfect plan. I don't think there's such thing. All you need is to take action, which I did. So here's some tips. You ready for this? Some of the tips on how you can begin doing the things that you've been wanting to do, that you've been putting off. Number one is you can choose one small thing to do, whether it's for living healthy or weight loss. Let's use that as an example. If that's something that you want to do, how about Go for that short walk. Start something small. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be far. Just do a quick walk. See how you feel after that. And then the next day, maybe go around the block a little farther, right? But one thing's for sure, you gotta be consistent. It doesn't mean that you started today and that's good enough. No, you gotta keep going. Be consistent. And the next tip is do not wait for that perfect moment. Just start today. There's no such thing as perfect moment. You're gonna overthink it. I tend to overthink. You can ask my wife. She knows. You're overthinking again. Just do it. That's right. And another thing that I learned is if it's not perfect. Like I said, check out my last video. It is far from perfect. In fact, you probably get a good laugh, but I took action. So I recommend don't worry about it if it's not perfect. Just take action. You can make some of the adjustments along the way. So what I did with my YouTube channel when I was just getting ready to launch it, I recorded one short video and then uploaded it. I just wanted to see how YouTube Studio works, and hey, when I finished, I was like, hey, that wasn't so bad. That was actually pretty easy. Other examples for weight loss or living healthy. How about start drinking water instead of soda? Because your body needs water anyway. Soda's got a lot of sugar. You could say, how about I drink Diet Coke or Coke Zero? No, well, diet sodas, they have fake sugars that could be harmful for your body. It could cause cancer. How about starting a business? How can you get started? How about share your ideas with a trusted person? To me, if I have an idea, I like to talk about it with my wife, and honestly, that idea turns into a brilliant idea because as you talk about it, you can improve it along the way. And that certain individual you're talking with can suggest some or recommend some improvements, some minor tweaking. And guess what? By the time you're done talking about that business idea, it has already been enhanced, right? When it comes to learning, how about sign up for a easier course? That's gonna be credited towards something bigger. Perhaps watch some YouTube videos about the topic, about the course, about the educational goal that you're going for, and get some ideas, some lessons learned from other members that had went for that educational goal. Something. Bottom line, you just need to take baby steps to get you started. So that's one thing that I learned in my journey creating a channel, is I took those baby steps. And that's not only with creating a YouTube channel, that also applies to your day-to-day living. If you need to do something that you've never done before, just test out the waters, because every step that you make, it'll make you stronger. You heard that saying, what doesn't kill you will only make you stronger. Those little actions, it'll lead to bigger results. Honestly, another thing that I learned is don't worry about the mistakes. Mistakes will happen. I make mistakes all the time. But guess what? I learn from it, and you will too. So don't be afraid to make mistakes, because mistakes will help you grow. And lastly, you gotta believe in yourself. Know that you can do it. You gotta believe in yourself, because it's only yourself that is really stopping you from achieving what you want to start. So, tell me, what's going to be your first small step today? How about you tell me in the comment below? And if you think this video help you in some form, please like and subscribe. It can help your boy Romelio grow his channel, and together we can grow together. But anyways, I wish you luck. If you got further questions, leave me a comment, and together we'll figure it out. Thanks for watching, and remember, you just need to start today. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's your brand new YouTuber friend here, Romelio. And you might be asking, who is this guy? Well, let me tell you a little something about myself. I'm just a simple man who loves sharing my life experiences. I hope to inspire and maybe help others get motivated in life, while also reminding us to appreciate the little things in life. I tend to speak my mind and share my thoughts and opinions. Although sometimes my filter takes a day off, but hey, no offense intended. We're all friends here, alright? So, grab a seat, get comfy, and let's talk. Because I had quite a journey growing from the Philippines with very little to moving to the US and seeing a completely different world. Those early years shaped me on who I am today, teaching me the value of gratitude, resourcefulness, and making the most of what you have. So in this video, I want to take you back to my childhood. A time when having less did not mean being less happy. In fact, it taught me some of the most important lessons in life that I still carry with me today. Growing up in the Philippines, we did not have much. No fancy toys, no new clothes every month, and definitely no endless supplies of snacks from the fridge. If I wanted something nice, like a new pair of shoes or a toy, I had to wait. Birthdays, Christmas, those were the only times I got something new. If you ever had to wear the same shoes until they begged for retirement, when you only get new shoes or clothes once or twice a year, you don't just wear them. You protect them like they were made of gold. I remember getting my first nice pair of shoes, and instead of running, it was supposed to be a running shoes, and I did not run with them. I walked like stepping on clouds, real careful, slow, avoiding possible dirt. And if somebody accidentally stepped on him, kaboom! Nah, I'm kidding. It's instant heartbreak. You'd see me standing there inspecting for damage like a detective, you know? And let me tell you about my clothes. Those clothes, backpacks, school supplies, I treated them like they were treasures. If something tore, we did not throw them away. Nope, we fixed it. And if you were lucky, your mom or grandma would pull out the legendary sewing kit. Somehow, after they stitch it, those clothes would be stronger than before. It was like a Filipino mom had secret engineering degrees in sewing. Anyways, remember those toys? We may not have the latest toys or gadgets, but we had something better. Our imagination. And flip-flops, lots of flip-flops. One of my favorite games was called Tumbang Preso. What? It's pretty much a game where we'd take turns throwing our slippers towards an empty can, and then the goal is to knock it over. It was like playing bowling, but with more running and a whole lot of arguing. And if you lost your slippers during the game, well, good luck explaining that to your mom. How about basketball? Let's talk about basketball. That's like the national sport in the Philippines. Anyways, we made it work. No fancy basketball court? Not a problem. We found us a strong tree, nailed the board onto it, and then hang a metal rebar ring. That would be our Madison Square Garden. We dribbled on dirt, dodged rocks, and played like we were in the NBA. And let me tell you, shooting on the hoop that's leaning slightly on the left builds real skills. Trust me. Anyways, so I moved to the US. And wow, everything was different. People had so much stuff. The first time I saw someone replace the perfectly working TV just because a newer version came out, man, I was shocked. Back home, we didn't replace things. We repaired them. And if our TV had static, we'd have our youngest sibling twist the antenna endlessly. And when the picture finally came back up, we'd have him hold it still. Right, sis? I'm just kidding. I love you. And the clothes. People had clothes, full of clothes. Meanwhile, back home, I had about 5 shirts in rotations. I'm talking about holes in the armpit area, and you bet we made it last. Seeing so much abundance here in the States made me realize something. When people have too much, they start caring less. Things becomes disposable. A little stain on a shirt, throw them away. A tiny scratch on a phone, time for upgrade. It was total opposite on how I grew up. Realizing what truly matters, that's when I realized happiness isn't just about having more. It's about appreciating more. Growing up with less didn't make me feel poor. It made me feel grateful. Because the value isn't just in things we own, it's in the memories we create with them. Like the joy of finally getting a toy you've been wishing for all year round, or the fun of playing basketball on a hoop nailed on a tree, or the feeling of wearing a new shirt and treating it like it's made of diamond. Those moments, they stick with you. So here's a challenge to you. Take a moment today to appreciate what you already have, the things you own, the memories you made, the people around you. Those things are the real treasures. But beyond that, let's also take a moment to appreciate different cultures and perspective. Moving here in the US opened my eyes to a whole new way of life. It made me realize that no matter where we came from, whether it's a small town in the Philippines or a big city in the US, we are all have something valuable to learn from each other. Some of us grew up with less, but learned to make the most out of it. And some of us grew up with abundance, but may not have had to think twice about it. But I tell you what, neither experiences are wrong, just different. That's it, it's just different. And we need to take the time to understand each other's background. We don't just learn new things, we grow, we connect, we build with the world that's little more compassionate. So wherever you are, whatever your story, embrace it, appreciate it. And if you ever find yourself in a conversation with someone from a different culture, listen. Because every culture carries wisdom, every experience has value, and every person has a story worth hearing. And if you ever get a chance to play tumbang preso, do it. Just hold on to your flip-flops. Anyways, thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, how about hit that like button or simply drop me a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. Let's keep appreciating the little things, one thing at a time. See you in the next video. We spend so much time chasing things, money, status, promotion, the next upgrade. But what is actually worth pursuing? So my wife pulled me out of the house this morning for a walk, and she said something about burning off some of my extra happy weight. Anyways, so we walk and talk, and the conversation took a turn, and this question hits me. What are the real luxury in life? What are the real riches? And just like that, my brain went full on podcast mode. But hey, before we dive in, if you're new to the channel, my name's Romelio and welcome. This channel is basically where I dump my life experiences, some of the lessons I learned along the way, the things that kept me up at night, even some WTF moments. Some discussions might challenge the way you think. Some talk may have you shaking your head, and some might have you staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. So if you're into deep conversations, real talk, no filters, and figuring out life on the fly, stick around and hit that like, notification button, and subscribe. Let's talk about the lies of luxury. For the longest time, I thought luxury was all about big houses, fast cars, and wearing shoes that cost more than my first car. I mean, that's what society drills into our heads, right? If you look rich, you must be successful. Make sense? Well, not really. And let me tell you, I also bought into this luxury lie trap. The moment I started making decent money, I swiped those credit cards like I was in a race. Buying nice things, upgrading the nice cars, and chasing the lifestyle I never had growing up. I fell into the trap of keeping up with the Joneses, believing the material things would bring me happiness. And for a while, it was exciting. But looking back, I realized that none of it truly made me feel fulfilled. It was a temporary high, and once the novelty wore off, I was left questioning my own choices. Truth is, those things didn't bring me real happiness. They just distracted me from what actually mattered. And then I started noticing a lot of people who had those rich people things weren't actually happy either. Movie stars melting down, millionaires who never see their families, and social media influencers exhausted from keeping up with the illusion. It's like they had everything but peace. The real flex, to me, is freedom. That's when I started paying attention to different person. The ones who didn't flaunt their wealth but seemed genuinely happy, they weren't buried under debt or stress. They weren't working themselves into early grave. They owned their time, had control over their money, and lived the life on their own terms. And I thought, now that is real flex. So after a lot of reflection, I figured out something important. Real luxury isn't what we own, it's what we control. And if we break it down, there are 7 types of freedom that actually matter. And most importantly, here's how we can start achieving them today. First is financial freedom. Having options, not stress. Well, let's be real. Money matters. It won't buy happiness, but it buys choices. The ability to live without constantly worrying about bills, debt, making ends meet. Now that's freedom. To achieve this financial freedom, in my opinion, there's a few things that we need to take care of. First, spend wisely. Live below our means, not at the edge of them. How about save and invest? I believe that we should be building an emergency fund, like investing in assets like real estate, stocks, and create passive income streams. Also, we need to ditch those bad debt, cut down high interest credit cards, unnecessary loans, and focus on financial independence. Make money work for us. Learn about investing, compounding interest, and how to grow wealth instead of just earning and spending. Because real luxury is knowing we have enough, not just to survive, to live. And then let me talk to you about time freedom. It's about owning our life. I mean, what's the point of having money if we have no time to enjoy life, right? Too many people trade all their time for a paycheck, hoping to live someday. But what if that someday never comes? So, what are the ways to achieve time freedom? Well, I believe the first thing we need to do is to prioritize efficiency, like work smarter, not harder, delegate, automate, and outsource tasks when possible. Find flexible income sources, kind of like looking for a remote work, freelancing, entrepreneurship, starting your business, or passive income stream that don't tie us to strict schedule. I think we should be able to say no more often. Guard our time. Stop overcommitting on things that don't align with our priorities. And finally, create systems. Create systems, not just goals. Time management isn't about being busy. It's about designing a life where we can control our schedule. We don't want to just wake up one day realizing we spent our entire life working just to have no time left to actually live. How about location freedom? We know that what's better than a mansion, not being stuck in one place. The world is too big to be tied down to just one city, one office, or just one routine. That's kind of boring. Location freedom means having the flexibility to live and work wherever we feel the happiest. You might ask me, how can I achieve location freedom? I believe we need to be looking for careers that isn't tied to one place. Perhaps a remote job, about freelancing, online businesses, or investing. Those can give us mobility. How about downsize commitments? What do you mean by that, you may ask? Well, the less we own, the less we have to maintain. I'm guilty with that. I keep buying stuff. We got way too much crap. Consider more minimalist lifestyle. Something that we are trying to practice now in our life. How about learn new skills that let us work from anywhere? Like digital skills, programming, content creation, kind of like what your boy is trying to do. Consulting or online marketing can make us location independent. How about start small? If moving abroad or traveling full-time sounds overwhelming, try working remotely for a week or perhaps a month in a new location first. Try it out. Imagine waking up by the beach one month and in the mountains the next. Not because we're on vacation, but because that's just our lifestyle. How's that sound? Anyways, health freedom, the wealth that we cannot buy. I've seen people grind their way to financial success only to spend their later years trying to buy back their health. And that is a losing game in my opinion. Without our health, money and success means nothing. What good is wealth if we're too exhausted and sick or stressed to enjoy it, right? Now here's some of the ways to achieve health freedom. We need to move daily, whether it's gym, yoga, walking, or stretching. We just need to stay active. Eat well. Invest on good nutrition. Our body isn't a garbage can. Stop treating it like one. Prioritize rest. Sleep is just as important as hustle. If we're too exhausted, we're not winning. If we think hustling 24/7 is a flex, well, you better think again. Balance, to me, is the real flex. You know what's underrated? those slow mornings. Not rushing out the door, not chugging coffee just to survive, not sitting in traffic before sun is even up, just waking up on our own time because you don't have to clock in on some job you hate. The true luxury of slow mornings is freedom. The freedom to wake up naturally, start your day without stress, and actually enjoy the quiet before the world starts bustling. Now here's some of the ways to achieve slow mornings. Work for yourself, build remote income, or create a career that lets you control your schedule. Create a morning ritual, pray, journal, or simply drink your coffee in peace. How about limiting distraction? No emails, no social media, first thing in the morning. Own your time before others demand it. Set the tone for your day. A rushed morning leads to a chaotic day, don't you think? To me, a peaceful morning leads to clarity and focus. So real success isn't just about what you accomplish. It's about how you feel while living your life. And nothing feels better than waking up knowing you own your time. Number 6, the luxury of people who loves us. What is the point of having everything if we have no one to share it with? Some of the happiest people I've met aren't the ones with the biggest houses or the flashiest lifestyle. They're the ones surrounded by love, real, unconditional, ride or die kind of love, whether it's from family, friends, or a partner who truly sees us for who we are. So how can we build meaningful relationships? Prioritize the right people. Spend time with those who uplift and support us. Cut ties with the ones who drain our energy. How about be present? We can sometimes put our phones down and listen more. Engage fully in our relationships. How about give more than what we take? Love is about adding values to other lives, not just expecting it from them. We can also surround ourselves with people who align with our values. If we got people like that, you know what? We are already rich. And finally, faith and purpose. It's the ultimate freedom, in my opinion. At the core of everything, the deepest luxury in life is having God, faith, and purpose. Faith isn't just about religion. It's about knowing that our life has meaning beyond money, success, or social status. It's about believing there's something bigger than ourselves and that we're here for a reason. So how can we strengthen our faith and purpose? Take a time for prayer or meditation. Like me and my family, we try our best to pray every night, just to reflect on the good things that we received that day, or even some of the challenges that made us strong that day. We try to practice gratitude by shifting our focus from what's missing to what's already abundant. We live in intention. We try to align our actions with our values and beliefs. And finally, we try to serve others. We feel blessed. We try to pay it forward, because the greatest fulfillment often comes from giving. Because when everything else fades, the material things, the titles, the achievements, faith and love and purpose are what truly remains. Think about it. What's the point of success if you're still trapped? Trapped by debt, by an exhausting job, by a schedule that leaves you no time to breathe? The biggest mistake people make is waiting too long. Waiting for the right time. Waiting until they have more money, more experience, more confidence. And you don't have to be rich to start. You just have to start. Start by making smart money choices, by setting boundaries with your time. Start by prioritizing your health, by appreciating slow moments. Start by valuing the people who truly love you. And finally, start by strengthening your faith and purpose. Because at the end of the day, your life is yours to create. No one is going to hand you freedom. You have to take it. Let's create a life that doesn't just look good on the outside, but actually feels amazing inside. And hey, if all else fails, at least subscribing is free, unlike that $7 coffee habit of yours. Have you ever caught yourself replaying a conversation in your head, wondering if you sounded weird or hesitated to post something on social media because you were thinking, what if no one likes it? Yeah, well, we've all been there. So in this video, we'll be talking about how to stop caring so damn much about what other people think. Because honestly, most people are too busy overanalyzing their own lives to even think about yours. That's right. And if they're thinking about you that much, well then, congratulations, because you're officially living in their heads for free. But hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome. The name is Romelio, and here we dive into real talk, life lessons, some wins, some losses, and the thought that keeps us up at night. And if that's your vibe, then stick around, because you might just pick up a thing or two that could be useful in your life. Now let's get into it. Have you ever walked into a room and feel like everyone's just staring at you? Hey, newsflash, they are not. Unless you walk in wearing a banana costume, then yeah, they might take a glance. But otherwise, people are in their own heads. Studies actually show that we overestimate how much people notices us. It's called the spotlight effect. You know, when you're walking down the street and trip over something, and for a split second, you think the entire world just witnessed you taking a nosedive? Yeah, no. Nobody saw that. Or if they did, they've already moved on with their lives. Think about it. Can you remember what your coworker wore last Tuesday? No? Exactly. People are way too occupied with their own lives, their own insecurities, and their own problems to be hyper-focused on yours. And if someone does judge you for something small, let's be real, they'll forget about it in 5 minutes. Just like how we all forgot about our New Year's resolutions by February. Some people love loud music. Others can't stand it. Some people think waking up at 5 a.m. is the key to success. Others functions best at midnight. And guess what? The world keeps spinning. The truth is, opinions are just thoughts. They change all the time. Ever posted a selfie and felt confident about it, and then suddenly you second guessed it because someone didn't react the way you expected? It happens to the best of us. But here's the thing. What someone thinks about you today might not be what they think about you tomorrow. People change. Moods shifts. And sometimes they're just having a bad day. Ever seen a celebrity go from cancelled to beloved in matters of months? Yeah, public opinion is so fickle. So why would you base your self-worth on something that isn't even stable? Let people have their opinions. Just don't let those opinions control you. At the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with your choices. So why let people who won't even remember your name in 5 years dictate what you do? Think about it. How many people from high school do you actually still talk to? Exactly. When I was younger, I used to overthink every little thing. Should I wear this? Should I say that? But then I realized most of the things I was worried about didn't even matter a week later. That's when I started asking myself, will this matter in a year? If the answer is no, well then, I just move on. Do what makes you happy. If that means dressing in a bright neon color every day, then go for it. If it means starting a YouTube channel where you share your life experiences, well hey, welcome to my world. Now, I'm not saying never care what anyone thinks. If you're being rude, disrespectful, or walking around with spinach in your teeth, then maybe take some feedback. But beyond that, people's opinion of you don't define your worth. There's a difference between constructive criticism and unnecessary negativity. If someone gives you an advice that helps you grow, great. But if someone's tearing you down for no reason, then that's not a feedback. That is just noise. Learn to tell the difference. If you're being yourself and treating others well, you're doing just fine. And if someone still doesn't like you, then that's their problem, not yours. A lot of us wait for approval before we feel confident, whether it's from friends, family, or some random internet stranger. But confidence doesn't come from people clapping for you. It comes from doing the thing over and over until you realize you don't need their applause. Think about it. If you ever met someone who wasn't at the best at something but carried themselves like they were? That's because they didn't wait for someone to tell them they were good. They just showed up and kept going. That's confidence. So stop waiting for people to give you permission to be confident. You get better by taking action, not by waiting for validation. Every minute you spend worrying about what someone else thinks is a minute you're not spending improving your life. Imagine if you put all that energy into learning a new skill, chasing a goal, or just enjoying your day instead of overthinking someone's opinion. You wouldn't hand out your paycheck to random people on the street, right? So why are you handing out your energy and peace of mind to people who don't contribute anything to your life? Protect your energy. Spend it on things that actually matters. Because at the end of the day, the only person who has to live with your choices is you. So next time you catch yourself worrying about what other people think, just ask, will this matter in a week, in a month, in a year? If not, then let it go. Let it go. Life is too short to waste time on imaginary opinions. Just be you. And if anyone judges you for that, well, tell them to take a number, grab a snack, and get comfy, because they'll be waiting for a long time for you to even care. Hey, what's up, YouTube family? It's your boy Romelio back at it again. If you're new to the channel, welcome. So, the other day, I was just reflecting on my life challenges. And I thought to myself, let me put this in a video form. So, have you ever felt stuck? Like you're going through the motions, but deep down, you know you're capable of more? Well, let me tell you something that changed my life. Discomfort. Did you know that growth only happens when you step outside your comfort zone? That's right. The discomfort we fear is actually the key to our success. But most people run from it. They avoid it. And because of that, they stay exactly where they are. And today in this video, I'm going to show you why embracing discomfort is the secret to growth and how we can start using them to transform our lives. Here's the truth. Discomfort is not our enemy. It's a sign that we're on the edge of something great. When I was in the military, I hear this all the time. Embrace the suck. That's right. Embrace it. Because think about it. The first time we worked out, it hurts. The first time we spoke in public, our hands and voice were shaking. The first time you tried something new, you doubted yourself. But did you die? No, exactly. But check this out. Every time you push through, you have gotten better. You grew. You have gotten stronger. Or at the very least, you learned something new. That's how life works. Discomfort is the price we pay for success. Every successful person paid that price. Some even paid top dollar for it. The problem is, most people let discomfort stop them instead of fueling them. I used to ask myself, why do I avoid discomfort? Then I got a little bit more educated. I learned that our brains are wired for survival. It wants comfort, predictability, and safety. That's why it's easier to binge watch Netflix rather than work on our dreams, scroll through social media instead of taking action, stay in a dead-end job instead of pursuing freedom. That's why most people settle for good enough instead of chasing greatness. But let me ask you, are you really living or just trying to exist? Because when we avoid discomfort, we don't stay the same. We shrink. Our confidence fades. our skills, they stay the same. And our dreams, it slips away. Now, here's the fact that changed everything for me. Over the years of my existence, I learned one truth about discomfort. Discomfort is the secret ingredient to progress. Because every time I step into discomfort, I gain something. A new skill, I gain more confidence. It changed my mindset and a different outlook in life. Let's look at some of the successful people, like the athletes, some of the entrepreneurs, some of the great leaders. They didn't get there by staying comfortable. They pushed through the pain, the fear, the self-doubt. They embraced the suck. And the more they embraced discomfort, the stronger they became. That's right. So how do we start embracing discomfort, you may ask? Well, here are some of the steps I learned over the years that I will share with you. First, we rewire our mindset. Rewire our mindset. Instead of fearing discomfort, see it as a proof that we are growing. The moment something feels uncomfortable, simply tell ourselves, I got this. This just means I'm leveling up. Second, start small. I'm not saying we have to jump into the extreme discomfort overnight. Start with little challenges. How about waking up 30 minutes earlier from now on? How about take a cold shower? And how about speak up in meetings a bit more? Or exercise or workout even when you don't feel like it. That's something I do. Although lately I've been into a lot of pain, but hey, I try to still do it. And third, make discomfort a daily habit. Because the more practice stepping into discomfort we do, the stronger we get. What once scared us will become second nature. And that's when real growth happens. And then fourth, seek out discomfort on purpose. What do you mean by that, you may ask? Well, instead of waiting for discomfort to find you, go after it. Sign up for a challenge that scares you. Put yourself in a situation where you have to grow. Say yes to things that you normally avoid. Those kinds of things. Because when you chase discomfort, you chase growth. And then lastly, surround yourself with people who push you. If you hang around people who always take the easy road, then guess what? You'll do the same. But if you're around people who challenge themselves, who push the limits, who embrace the stuff, you'll rise to their level. I promise you. Get a mentor. Join a group. Surround yourself with people who refuse to stay comfortable. Because growth is contagious. Listen, the version of you dream about, the one that is confident, successful, and unstoppable, that version of you is just waiting on the other side of discomfort. So today, I challenge you to do one thing that makes you uncomfortable. Starting today, and do that every single day. Because that's how you grow. That's how you become unstoppable. See, your future is waiting for you. Are you willing to get uncomfortable for it? Anyways, if this message resonated with you, how about hit that like button and subscribe? And drop me a comment below. What's one discomfort you're willing to embrace starting today? Let's grow together. That's right.
Ever heard of the saying, Florida's closed, don't come? There's a good reason for that. Locals likes to keep Florida's beauty, amazing beaches, and never-ending summers for themselves. Although I ain't gonna lie, our population is growing faster than a Florida man running from the cops on a riding mower. But here's the truth. there are plenty of land, abundant sunshine, and many opportunities to be had for those who truly want it. So, if you're thinking about moving to Florida, but the naysayers are in your ears telling you, it's too hot, too many hurricanes, or Florida's full of old people, well, stick around, because in this video, we're breaking down the realities of living in Florida, how to make the move if your heart is truly set on it, and why you, not anyone else, should be in control of where you live your best life. But hey, before we dive right in, my name is Romelio, and welcome to my channel, where I share my life experiences, lessons learned, and even some of the things that keep me up at night. Some discussions might challenge the way you think, and some might even have you staring at the ceiling at 2 in the morning. So, if deep conversations, real talk, and figuring out life is your jam, well, stick around and hit that like, subscribe, and notification button, because you might just pick up a thing or two that could be useful in your life. Alright, let's get into it. What's Florida really like? Is it hot? Yeah. But guess what? So is Texas. So is Arizona. I would know. I lived in those places. And I'd rather deal with the heat than spend half my years scraping ice off my windshield. Unlike the Midwest, where tornadoes show up like an uninvited guest. Hurricanes here at least sense a polite, hey, I'm coming, weeks in advance. You get time to prepare, stock up, and worst case, take a mini vacation to another part of the state. Florida is unlike any other place, but just like everywhere else, it's got its own natural challenges. Snowstorms, wildfires, earthquakes. You pick your battles. No place is perfect, but it's about what you are willing to trade off. And if waking up to sunshine, palm trees instead of gray skies, and snow drifts sounds like you're trading, then Florida might just be calling your name. Here's some people forget. Here in Florida, you literally live where others vacate. Some save up all year just to visit Disney World for a week. For us, that is just a Saturday. Universal Studios, weekend plans. Cape Canaveral, you can watch rocket launch or explode right before your very eyes. No big deal. And if you love cruises, Florida is a dream. You don't have to fly anywhere. Just hop in your car, drive to the port, and sail in paradise. Just don't forget your flip-flops like I always do. So, while others are scraping ice off their cars or stuck in endless traffic, Floridanians, we're deciding whether to hit the beach, an amusement park, or just relax under some palm trees, or maybe watch the sunset over the ocean. Not a bad problem to have. Now let's talk about the too many old people argument. First off, I like old people. They're mostly chill. They've seen a thing or two. They've seen some things, they've got some wisdom that you just can't Google. Plus, Florida isn't just for retirees. It's a mix of young professionals, young and old families, entrepreneur, and yes, snowbirds who figured out life is better without shoveling driveways. And let's be real, bad drivers exist everywhere else, just like here. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The insurance in Florida. It's too expensive. You'll go broke trying to insure your house. Now let's be real. Where in the US it's cheap to live anymore? In California, you'll be paying premium just to exist. In New York, thousands of dollars a month to live in a shoebox. How about the Midwest? You might save on insurance, but tornadoes don't exactly send a polite, hey, I'm coming text before wrecking your house. At least in Florida, hurricanes give you time to prepare. Try getting that courtesy call from an earthquake or a blizzard. Here's the trade-off. Florida has no state income tax. That's right, zip, nada. That means more of your hard-earned money stays in your pocket instead of going to, I don't know, fixing some potholes that never actually get fixed in other states. If you're moving from a high tax state, this alone could save you thousands per year. You think I'm stressing about insurance when I'm keeping an extra 10% of my income? Yeah, I'll take that deal. Want to lower your cost? How about don't buy a house right on the beach in a flood zone with a roof older than your grandma? Move inland a bit, look for a newer home built to modern hurricane code, and invest in impact windows or perhaps those metal roof. Simple. Yes, Insurance rates has been high, but the state is working to bring in more insurance company. It's a shifting market, and just like anything, it will stabilize. The key? Be patient and shop around. If you take the first crazy quote you get, that's like buying a car without checking out a dealership. A lot of people never move because of fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of change, fear of what people might say. But ask yourself, are you staying where you're at out of choice, or are you settling? Life is too short to let fear keep you from living in a place that makes you happy. If your heart is telling you to move to Florida, stop making excuses. Life is too short to let fear keep you from living in a place that makes you happy. If your heart is telling you Florida is where you belong, stop making excuses. Start making a plan. So is Florida for everyone? Nope. But is it for you? Well, only you can decide that. But don't let negativity hold you back. If Florida is where you see yourself thriving, we'll make it happen. If this video was helpful, drop me a line and comment below. Are you thinking about moving here? Or have you already made the leap? Let's talk about it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button for more real talk and building the life you want. At the end of the day, life is about choices. You can keep wondering what if, or you can take action, whether moving to Florida or somewhere else. Just have the courage to work towards the goal. Plan ahead. Make the move when it's right for you. And don't let fear hold you back. Remember, your dream life doesn't happen by accident. It happens by choice. So what's yours?
I like the place to be. It's warm. That's made for Florida, so.
Okay, good morning, Jesus. Thank you for this wonderful day. Thank you for a nice weekend ahead of us, and we praise you, we adore you, and we glorify you, and we pray that you never get tired of blessing us, oh Lord. Please protect us today. Please protect our children, our family here in Park. Keep us all safe, healthy, and happy, and away from any evil sickness and sins. We give you all the glory, O Lord, Almighty Father, and the Son, and Holy Spirit. And we thank you for everything that you've given us. Please never get tired of blessing us, O Lord. We praise you, we adore you, we glorify Almighty God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please help me to think of a good day today. And thank you for everything you gave me. I can't thank you enough. And please help me to have a good day today. And I'm sorry for everything I've done. Please forgive me. And thank you for everything you gave me. I can't thank you enough. Please bless me with more good years to come. And please bless me, my family, the people that really need help. Amen.
And this we pray, glory be to the Father, to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. As it was to the beginning, is now and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So yeah, again, this is what we do in the morning. We pray, take her to school, and but every time we start the day, we like to pray and give the glory to God. As we want to start our day with the Lord's blessings. And but anyways, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Romelio, and I got my mini-me Cassie here, and just very grateful. It's Friday. I hope you gang are having a good day too, and stay with us with our life journey, and just want to give you guys good vibes, positive attitude, positive energy, and wish your gang a nice, wonderful day. Remember, all you gotta do is think and feel positive. Alright, gang. Your boy Romano. Have a good day.